So you probably know that getting into the Arctic might be a little bit difficult and kinda overwhelming at start, and if you not make things right, this is how it can end. Yeah, I know, total disaster, but I'm not gonna let it happen to you. No, no, no. So, let's go. Hey, what's up everybody, it's Pablo1713, hi and welcome in Anno 1800, the Arctic Guide Part 1. And first of all, I would like to thank all my subscribers for subscribing my channel, thanks a lot, we are almost 800, that's a lot. And I'd like to wish all of you to have the super awesome 2020 year. And I hope that we're gonna have lots of good games and new expansions for our favorite games. So let's go on with our Arctic guide, and I will divide this guide into 3 parts. First part is gonna be supplies, second will be building the city, and third production chains. So below the video you'll be able to find the timestamp where you will be able to jump to one of those 3 parts. So as I said, part 1, supplies. So before you're gonna go to the Arctic, so let me just zoom out from here. First, you're gonna need to supply your Arctic base with some supplies. And there are actually 7 very important supplies, which is wood, planks, coal, brass, schnapps, canned food, and also coffee. But we're not gonna give the coffee to our Arctic guys because, you know, coffee is produced only in the New World and it's very important to have in the Old World and in the Cape Trilogy. And those guys are drinking plenty of coffee and we don't want to waste any more coffee to the Arctic guys. Come on, they're gonna survive without this. So we're not gonna care about the coffee and we're just gonna focus on those 6 resources that we're gonna need to supply our base in the Arctic. So what's the shortest way to get to the Arctic? And as you're gonna see on this map, the shortest way is actually right in here from the Old World to the Arctic, which means that the shortest travel distance for the ship will be from the Old World. So this is gonna be our space where we can make some additional islands where we can make those supplies. So you're gonna need to have 2 islands and 2 ships that will travel all those resources to the Arctic. So if you're gonna go to the Old World right now, I want to show you the map because this is very important. Let it just load in. I don't know what. Okay, so it's loaded in. So as you can see, there's are the edges of the map. So, and if you are going from the Old World to the New World, as I will see the caoutchouc, as you can see, the ships are departing at the bottom of the edge, right in here. And if you are going to the Arctic, you are actually departing at the top edge. So it is important to find the island that is the closest island to the top edge. So I found those 2 islands, which are awesome. I got R2D2 and I have C3PO. So there are the 2 islands that are made specially to produce those resources and export them to the Arctic. So what kind of, as I said, we're gonna have the wood, planks, coal, brass, schnapps, and canned food. So what actually fertilities do you need on those islands? So you're gonna need red pepper, copper and zinc, iron and coal. So I have everything on here, so on R2D2, and on C3PO I have red pepper, I got copper, but I don't have zinc, so I will not produce brass in here. I have iron and I have coal. So I can already show you that from R2D2, so right from here, I am exporting 50 pieces of timber, 50 pieces of wood, 100 pieces of coal, 50 pieces of brass, and 50 pieces of canned food. And from the C3PO, I am exporting 50 pieces of timber, 100 pieces of coal, 100 pieces of schnapps, and 50 pieces of canned food. So in total I am exporting 50 pieces of wood, 100 pieces of planks, 200 pieces of coal, 50 pieces of brass. Of course I know that it's tons, but I'm saying pieces. Schnapps, I've got 100, and canned food 100 as well. So we're gonna go and just gonna show you how I'm making those supplies in here. So first of all, we are right now in R2D2, and before you're gonna build this port, you should, after you're gonna build this port, make sure that you're gonna expand the capacity of this port. So I'm placing here 3 depots, and thanks to that, I'm having 400 maximum capacity of each item, which is very important because I can store even more of those items. So you can build them from, I think, not sure, yeah, from the workers tab, that's true. So we got the depot, and this will increase our resources that can be stored on the island. What more, you will need to build the community pier, because if I were to turn this off, you will see that I will have not enough workforce on this island. As you can see, if I want to have those buildings to work on 100% efficiency, I will have to build a big city that will have workers and even artisans. And that will take a lot of time. And we don't want to waste time because we want to make and start production on Arctic really soon and really fast. So the best thing is to build the community pier. And it's available in the engineers tab. Right in here we have community pier. As you can see, it costs 15 influence points. So influence points are right in here displayed. I got 47 on surplus. And if you don't know much about the influence points, you can check my other tutorial about it. It's very easy and really fast. And what more, I want to mention that I have in expansion tab, I have the maximum bonus, so I have 200 plus island workforce. And you're getting this expansion points thanks to conquering other islands. So as you know, I conquered all actually islands that I could. So I have maximum bonus in here, 200. But as you can see, it is not even enough to handle everything in here. So I have this community pier, and when I will turn it on, you will see that I got surplus, and this changed to the blue one because it means that it's sharing workforce with other cities. So for example, I got my big city in here, so Empire Strikes. So here I have beautiful big city where I have plenty of people, and I have also this community pier. And thanks to that, I can export those people from here to the other islands. So I have the surplus of the workforce, which is very important. And let me just show you how I'm making all those supply chains. So from the R2D2, I'm getting 50 wood. So to make sure that I have enough wood, I'm making 2 lumberjack huts. So it's very easy, very close to the outpost, so they can collect. Then I am also importing planks. So I have additional 2. So I got lumberjack, and here I got a sawmill, and it's very close to the warehouse, so they can collect it. And I have one more in here, so also lumberjack and also sawmill. So this is the first right in here, very easy. Next one, I have coal. So right in here I have 2 coal deposits. So I have one right in here. So as you can see, it's working in here, and again I have the warehouse really close to it. Then I have another one right in here, and also close to it we have the warehouse. Then we're going to brass. To produce brass, if we're gonna go to the engineers, we'll see that we need to have zinc, we also need copper, and then we are producing brass. And if you're gonna see that 1 zinc and 1 copper is made every 30 seconds, and 1 brass is made every 1 minute, which means that we need to make 100% productivity, we can build another brass factory, smeltery, to have 100 productivity, so we'll not waste any material from here. So as you can see, on island I have 2 and 1 and 1. So as you can see, I have zinc mine right in here. Let me just hide this. And here's a brass smeltery, so thanks to that it is taking all the zinc that is producing right in here and then traveling right in here. And then in copper, I have also copper right in here and next to the small warehouse. Another thing that I want to mention, that I'm trying to make sure that one warehouse will have more than 1 object to supply. So for example, I have copper mine, and I thought that okay, I got some space for the forest, so I made this additional chain with the sawmill. And because it was in the corner, so that was the only thing that I can do right in here. But with other one, like in here with zinc, as you can see, I got the zinc, I got the brass smeltery, and then I have also wood right in here, and that's it as well in here. So we're gonna go next to the canned food, which is very important, because with canned food, I'll show you that in here I have 3 cattle farms, 3 red pepper, 3 also artisan's kitchen, and 2 canneries. Thanks to that, canneries working on 100% productivity. As you can see, it is kind of divided, as I will try to make it something like this. As you can see, I have 1, 2, 3. So I am trying to use all those warehouses where I am producing them. So right in here, as you can see, I have the iron mine. No, where's the iron mine? Iron is right in here. Okay, so this is the iron deposits right in here. So I'm producing iron in here, which is then going straight away to the cannery. And here, as you can see, let me just hide those stuff. I have the cattle farm, I have the red pepper. So I'm trying to make sure that those two guys gonna be close to the second production chain, which is the artisan's kitchen, so they can just give them the supplies. And then this is going straight away to the cannery, and then cannery straight away to the warehouse. So this is one. Second is right in here. So again, I had red pepper, cattle, artisan's kitchen, and then cannery, and it's going straight to the warehouse. And on the top, right in here, I have only red pepper, cattle farm, and one kitchen, artisan's kitchen. So thanks to that, everything's in here working well, and we're gonna go to the second island and cover this really quickly as well. So again, I have, as you can see, 3 additional depots, and what more, I was trying to make small city, so I was trying to keep less than 100, because if you're gonna have 100 people, they will start to drink schnapps. They're gonna require to have schnapps. As you can see, schnapp is available since once they gonna have 100 people. So I was trying to keep them below 100. Thanks to that, they only need fishery to make them happy. As you can see, they are content, so it is like happy. So I have also community pier. As you can see, if I'll turn this off, you will see that we'll need more farmers and more artisans, which are pain in the ass. So that's why this will be very helpful. Okay, and what about the supplies in here? So first I am making here 100 pieces of planks. So to make sure this, I have lumberjack and sawmill, lumberjack and also sawmill. So this is making those 50 pieces. Then we have the warehouse right in here, and then I have 3 production chains for the schnapps. So as you can see, in production chain for the schnapps, we got potato farm and also schnapps distillery. So I have 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. So in total, 3 production chains for the schnapps. And this is the small area for this. Then we're gonna have coal. So I have 3 coal deposits. So I am using all the coal that I can. So 1 in here, second one right in here, and third again in here. And another thing that I want to mention, that if you are making this canned food, you need to make sure that you have somewhere near fire station, because it's probably gonna happen that there are gonna be some fires. So wherever I can, I am trying to build a fire station just to make sure that it's gonna be safe for my workers. So with canned food, again, I have divided this to the 3, so to make sure that I'm using everything that I can. So all the warehouses, as you can see, right in here, and behind this big mountain. So with the red pepper right in here, cattle farm, red pepper, and an artisan kitchen, and then cannery. And here we got iron mine as well. So as you already saw, there's another one right in here, and the third one right in here, without the artisan's kitchen, because we need to have 3 of them to make sure that it will work on 100 productivity. And that should be enough for this city, for those 2 cities. And as I will show you once again the trade road, you will need this big cargo ship, because it has 6 cargo slots, so you'll be able to take maximum amount of goods, and you are trying also to have 150 tons of each item or pieces. Okay, so once we got this done, so you got the supplies chains done, and one more thing I want to show you. As you can see, it's departing from here and getting straight to the Arctic. So the Arctic is coming from the right bottom edge, so from here. So they are getting to the hut. This is my base right in here. And now we can go and continue with the second part, which will be city building in the Arctic. So let's move on to the Arctic. And before I'm gonna show you my city design, I want to first mention one thing. Once you will build the large trading port, make sure that you will increase the capacity of this port really much. As you can see, I have depots 1, 2, 4 on the left and 4 on the right. So thanks to that I am able to keep 650 pieces of each item. And this is very important because when you are building the city in the Arctic, you must make sure that you have more resources than you are using right now, because you're gonna need to export them right in here where you're gonna start building gas deposits and all the stuff in here, because it is impossible to build anything on those icebergs. So what about the buildings in the city? First, make sure that you're gonna use all the coals that you have in your city. So right here I have 5 whaling stations. I could not build any more because of the fact that it was not enough tiles on the left and the right side, so I was able to build only 5. So make sure that you're gonna build first, and build always, of course, with the blueprint mode on. So thanks to that you will not waste any resources. And once you're gonna build the coast area, then you will start to make sure to build the heaters. And with the heaters I got the idea to build it in the triangle design, because as you will see you will not have enough place to build it in the square design. It will only fit with the triangle one. So make sure that the heater will heat up all the production buildings from the coast. So as you can see, my first heater is, I'm trying to set it up so it will be able to heat all the area in the coast, and then I am able to make some designs for the buildings. Next I will build in the middle of this triangle canteen, and make sure that you're gonna leave some space for the ranger station, will be on the left side of this canteen. Then you're gonna build another heater on the right side to make this triangle base, as I can say. As well, remember to make sure that this heater will be able to reach the coast area, so you will heat up every building in here as well. Then you're gonna go to the top and build another heater for the triangle. And then when you're gonna make all those citizens, then you need to make sure that you're gonna also have space for the post office, because this is the need from the Technicans people. And to make sure that they're gonna have this, also make sure that you're gonna place the post office next to the canteen, and thanks to that those people in the middle will be able to have this. So this is my idea of city designing, kind of triangle way with the heaters, and making sure that you're gonna heat up the coast area, and then put the canteen and the ranger station in the middle, and then also the post office, which is also important. And of course, because it is Arctic, it will be very hard to design something very symmetrical, so you need to first design everything with the blueprint mode to make sure that you're gonna fill every gap that you can. And sometimes it will not be perfect for sure, because there's not a lot of space in the Arctic, so you're gonna need to make sure that you're gonna fill everything that you can. So okay, so now let's go with the production chains. So first, before you're gonna start, check the fertilities that you have on this island, on your island, because as you can see I have the caribou and also whale fertility, but for example I don't have fertility for seals, so I am unable to build those seals hunting dogs in my dock area, so I need to make another island to supply this. So with the first production chain I will make sure that I will make exactly 3 production chains for pemmican. So as you can see I am making them straight, I'm making straight line, and there's a pivot point between them, so the edge one. So as you can see there's a small edge of this radius, so this will be the middle point when I'm trying to make the road to the left side. And then I am making sure that my heater will be far enough to supply them with the heat. So once you will find the perfect spot for it, make of course warehouse near to it, so we'll be able to supply with the coal. And then on the left side I will try to find also the last point where I can place another one, so caribou hunting cabin, and I will make 3 of them. I'm having also 5 of whaling stations, because 3 of them will be used by this pemmican production chain. So I'm also using this area to make sure that we'll produce also oil lamps, which will help us with upgrading our people to the higher level, because they're gonna need to have oil lamps, and oil lamps also needs whaling station, which we have which I have actually on my coastline. As you already saw, I have 5 of them. So 3 of them I am using to make pemmican, and 2 of them I am using to make oil lamps. And also oil lamps factories need brass, so we are exporting this brass from the old world. So thanks to that we have plenty of brass, so they can start making them right away. What more, I am using this area also, of course, to make this pemmican cookhouse, so I'm placing 3 of them. So then I'm making the sleeping bag production chain. So to make this I'm gonna need seal hunting dogs, and I don't have required fertility, so I had to have another island on the left side nearby where I am only producing those seals skins, and to make them you're gonna need coast area. So I have 3 of them, as you can see. And with the people, you will see that I have only 95 explorers. So why I'm having only 95? Because thanks to that, they only need the heat from the heater, and also they only need the canteen. If you will have 100 of them, they will need also pemmican. So that will start any more problems for you. So I am using only 95 people in here on this island, and just to make sure that they will produce those seal skins that I can then export with this ship. As you can see, I'm taking seal skins and also wood, additional wood from in here straight right into my main base. So this is supporting a little bit icy heaven, as you can see, and they are also using this charcoal kiln to make sure that I am supplying here the heater with the coal. And then with the sleeping bags production chains, you make sure that one sleeping bag factory gonna need 2 goose farms. So remember that. So in total I'm gonna need to build 4 of them, so 4 goose farms. So I have 2 of them right in here, and I have 2 sleeping bag factories, and straight right away on the right side where I'm building another part of my city, I am having here also those 2 additional goose farms. So thanks to that we have all production chains for the first explorers. And then if we're gonna go to the technicans, you will see that we're gonna need to have also those canned food, parkas, and then we're gonna need also husky sleds, and that's all. So now we're gonna just talk about those 2 additional production chains, and that will be it. So with the parkas we're gonna need to have bear hunting cabin, seal skin, which are importing from this small island on the left side, and then we are making parka with parka factories. So I'm gonna make the bear hunting cabin design the same as I made with the pemmican. So 2 of them on the other edges, and in the middle I'll make the point, the separation point where I have this cross design. And then thanks to that I'm trying to make sure to feed the heater to make sure that they're gonna be supported with the heat. Next to the heater, of course, I'm placing the large warehouse where they can take the coal, and then I am making those additional 2 parkas factories to make sure that they will use all this bear hunting cabin, bear hives, or actually first. So to make one full production chain of husky sleds, we're gonna need to have 2 husky farms, 1 sled frame factory, and 1 husky sled factory. And we're gonna make it double, so we're gonna make 1 and 1 another one. So in total we're gonna need 4 husky farms, 2 sled frame factories, and also 2 husky sled factories. And you're gonna build this later on in the game, because you're gonna unlock this once you're gonna reach 750 of technicans. So it will require a lot of people to build those buildings, because for example, if Husky Farm needs 80 technicans, and Sled Frame Factory also 80, and Husky Sled Factory 100 of them. So that's a lot of people to have in your city. So right now I am expanding my city to the right side, so I will show you. So this is my center city, as I can say. As you can see, as I already said, as you can see, there's this triangle design for the heaters. I have canteen, ranger station, and also post office in here, so I can expand those people right in here. And right now I'm missing 2 people because they are just moving in probably. Here I got this area where I am this is first production area right in here, really close by. And there's another production area right in here, so this is my third one. And also I'm making sure that this heater is heating up those 2 hunting cabins for the birds, and also heating up this airship hangar, because you're gonna need to have them. You're gonna need to build this hangar to build those airships. So make sure that you're gonna make some space, and I was able to place it right in here. And then I'm going straight away around in here, and I am building another city right in here. As you can see here, I'm making different design because I am unable to make the triangle design because there's a big mountain in here. So I'm making the flat design. So I have 1 heater on the left side and second heater on the right side. So there are like 2 circles that are right in here. And as you can see, I'm trying to use everywhere I can to place the building. Canteen right in here, so it is supplying everybody with the canteen. Then here I have a place for the post office, and I have 2 ranger stations. Because this is wide design, it may happen that there are gonna be a lot of problems, so I'm making sure that I have the ranger station right in here on the left side and another one in here on the right side. So this is gonna be my second design here. And of course, as I said before, there's an additional place in here when I have gold deposits. And I have also this goose farm right in here. So to reduce the amount of explorers that are needed in those last part, so in the husky sled and parkas, because they require a lot of workers and a lot of technicans. So to reduce this number, you're gonna need to build Arctic Lodge. And to get the items for the Arctic Lodge, you can go to those guys which are marked with this fox white item, and they have the port right in here.
We do not
and this is the trading port for the Inuit, and they have the items where you can roll, and remember that this will cost you some money every time you click the roll, and you will find some interesting items that will reduce the amount of workforce, and the items that are very interesting to use. So I have here plenty of husky farms, so I want to reduce the amount of people that are working in here. So I'm gonna go and take my Arctic Lodge, and I'm gonna find the item that will reduce the workforce for the husky farms. So I have here minus 50% for husky farm and also goose farm. So I'm gonna grab this guy, and this will mark and show me that I am reducing. As you can see, thanks to that I have 222. So I can actually make another husky farm right in here, which will be also affected, and right now they require just 40 instead of 80. What else I have in here? I have husky sled factory, so I can check if I have any item for this. So we are searching for husky sled factory. Yeah, we have productivity, workforce needed minus 30%. And do I have anything else? Husky sled factory also. Workforce needed minus 50% and productivity plus 40%. Sled frame factory and husky sled factory. So this is bone adze and also astute dog breeder. Those 2 items are very important because they will reduce much. As you can see, thanks to that I can build another one in here, another sled frame factory, and all of them are right now affected. And what else I have here? I have parka factory. So let's check if we can reduce this also. So I got minus 25. So I can make 2 things. I can use this one to reduce the husky sled factory again by another 30%. Or I can make the parka, which was white in here. So minus 25 for sleeping bags and parka factory. So if I go this, this will reduce the amount of people that are required in here. And thanks to that, I'm really close to the 750, which is needed to get the sled done. So I'm going to try to make 750 by upgrading some of those buildings. So if you have a lot of influence points, spare influence points, you can build another one, Arctic Lodge, to make sure that you're gonna reduce, for example, this area for me. So it will be good if I will place Arctic Lodge somewhere in here, somewhere even in the center, then redesign everything in here, just to make sure that I will be able to reduce the amount of people that are working in those production buildings as well. So thanks to that, I will have bigger values for Technicans and also Explorers. So as you can see, I have also Husky sleds done in here. So I got 750 and I have actually a surplus right now, 400 workforce additional for those Technicans. And this is filling up, so I'll be able to have even more of those Technican guys, and they will give me also much more money. But with the money I don't have much to worry about this. And of course remember to pause, so to forbid the import of the coffee, otherwise it's gonna make them unhappy. So I'll just pause it to make sure that we will not have any coffee. So this is prohibited, as you can see, supply prohibited, so they will not have any coffees. But even that, they will have everything from the schnapps, parkas, and also sleeping bags, and also heater to make them comfortable. And also they will have everything from the Husky sleds that I'm producing. So as you can see, this will make me make even bigger city if I want, but that was way than enough for me to make sure that I will produce enough equipment and stuff to go and start to extract some gas, because this is going to be very difficult and very demanding, but we're going to cover this in another part, the second part. So right now that's it, boys and girls. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope that you had some fun with me, and I hope that we're gonna meet each other next time. So boys and girls, have a wonderful day, and if you're watching this at night, then good night. See you next time.
I want to look after everyone.